Hello, beautiful people. And we're back with a bang. This time to accomplish something really very important, which is actually just round the corner. Something which will open many gateways and many doors for your bright future. And that something is cracking the English board examination. The ISC English board examination, which consists of basically two papers, grammar and literature. With a limited time of 40 days, how do we do it? Of course we'll do it, and we'll do it well. And this is how we'll do it. We shall spend 25 days practicing our literature and 15 days practicing language. We shall be giving approximately 3 days in a week to literature and 2 days to language. And more over the weekends as practice papers for you to do and for you to attempt, for you to analyze how well you have been able to understand what happened throughout the week. We all know that the first paper that comes up is grammar, or as we call it, paper 1, language. The first question is generally composition, which consists of 20 marks. Word limit is 400 to 450 words. And what are the kind of compositions that generally we receive in our question papers? We get an option of about 6 topics, and these 6 topics are based on basically 5 different styles of writing. The first one is descriptive, narrative, argumentative, reflective. Then we have story writing. We have got basically 5 styles to practice. For each style, we shall do live 2 essays. Once we do these essays, it is going to help us understand the strategy that is followed. And you will find a lot of similarities between the first 3, the descriptive, narrative, and the argumentative. Reflective also is a good attempt. You can make a good choice if you do reflective as well. So anyways, that is for you to decide. But we are going to practice just every segment here. And you decide which one is the best for you. Overall, we shall be doing 10 essays live, and the ones that you get to practice on your own. Question number 2 is basically directed writing. Most of it is as per instruction, as per direction. And here we have book reviews or film reviews, we have proposal writing, and we have report writing. Report writing, again, a very important and a very interesting segment of guided writing. Now, why is it interesting? It is interesting because they give us so many clues and cues to work on. You simply have to build on the hints and the clues that have been given. And what's more, in case you have these, more than half of your plan is ready. Generally, the word limit followed here is 300 to 350 words, but I would suggest we will try to stick on 300 to 325, and we'll try to play it safe. All right, then coming to the next. Question number 3 consists generally of functional grammar. Functional grammar, or you can also call it objective type. There is nothing which is very lengthy here, and it is a big chunk. It carries 15 marks. 15 marks if you have practiced spoken English and written English. You can do it really very well, but with a little practice also, it is a good attempt to make. How do we do this? First of all, transformation of sentences, prepositions, verbs. Majorly, this portion consists of these portions of grammar, and more or less what we speak is what we're able to write. It will have tenses, it will have conjunctions, it can have, of course, prepositions and verbs. 5, 5, and 5. 15 marks here. Question number 4 is again comprehension. Why is it a good thing to attempt a comprehension? The story is right there in front of you. But in a limited time, generally people get confused. How do we manage it? कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, हम पढ़ रहे हैं, मगर हमको कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. Well, those are the tricks we're going to learn. We will attempt at least 5 comprehension to 8 comprehension passages, 5 to 8 at least, where I will teach you the skill of elimination. I will teach you how to find from sentences the correct answers without wasting much time. The tricky part that has to be practiced the most is, of course, the summary or the précis. If you know a little bit of English, I'm sure we'll be able to manage the précis as well. Well, that covers up a lot of our comprehension. Let's move on to English literature, paper 2. Now, paper 2 consists of play, prose, and poetry. Of course, we have Act 3, Act 4, and Act 5 of The Merchant of Venice. Of The Tempest. And then you have prose, where you have 5 stories. You have poetry, where you have 5 poems. That's not much, actually. 5 poems and 5 short stories can easily be done and can be done well. If you talk about Shakespeare, The Tempest, that too isn't very confusing. We shall do it in a manner that you're able to understand every bit of it. Of course, you will require a lot of reading so that you can attempt questions with reference to the context. Which brings us to section A. So most of the questions here, section A consists of 20 marks, as we can see. Reference to the context will be of 10 marks, and completion of sentences is of another 10 marks. Completion of sentences, again, one little portion of the sentence is given, and you have to write the rest of the portion to complete the answer. Each of these, again, stands at 1 mark, and pretty scoring. Section B. Now, section B has got questions pertaining to prose, poetry, and drama. Here, the paper becomes a little more specific. And each portion, for example, if we take up drama, drama will give you options also. So, you get a choice. 5 plus 5 will make 1, plus 1 long answer, 10 marks. So drama will have 20 marks, poetry 20, and prose 20. Each section separate. 5 mark questions will need you to write only 150 words at the most. Anything from 100 to 150 words, and you can wrap up your answer. And for ISC level, that's not much. Coming to 10 marks, 10 marks again, do not attempt to write stories and stories and stories. But what we will learn to do is to write as organized as possible. We will also learn how to insert quotations. Quotations will add a lot of gravity to your answers. And we will learn also how to organize them in a manner that you don't get confused and the examiner doesn't get confused. How do we go about it? When we talk of literature, quick revision of the portion or the chapter that we're going to do, followed by questions and answers. That is the first method we shall follow. And then, once we have completed the course, side by side, We will also do full-fledged board pattern exam papers. We shall practice them live, and of course, a little bit will be given to you as assignment for practice. Of course, you already know that the win-win situation will come only when you practice. And we shall do it together. We will win, we will make it happen. This will work. 40 days, but many, many more benefits to come. I wish you all the very best, and let's get our heads into this together.